we're looking at the 7 Ps. I think you were in class, if I remember very well.
Yes, I was.
Yes, when I was talking about why we now have the 7 Ps instead of the 4 Ps.
Yes.
We also discussed why P for promotion matters than the other 6 Ps. So realize that in everything that we'll be doing in marketing, we promote a brand. So be it a location, be it a product, be it the people, at the end of the day, we promote a brand and all its related components, and those 7 Ps are part of those related components. We also looked at the 4 Cs that are linked to customers. So now we are going to start with one of the elements of the 7 Ps. We are going to look at the product element of the marketing mix, and at the end of this lesson, you should be able to discuss and apply the product element of the marketing mix in an online context. So the product variable of the marketing mix refers to the characteristics of a product and has implications for service or branding. We know that the reason why all brands exist is because of the product attached to that brand. If you are a musician or if you're an artist, you would like people to love your music, so your music will be your product. If you are a Boston, you'd like people to enroll for your courses, so your courses will be your product. If you're a Pick n Pay, the goods that you're selling, you'd like people to buy them, and those goods are your product. So realize that product is the one that brings revenue to the brand. And when we were looking at the decisions last week, the first decision that unpacked was product and market development. So if you do not develop the product, it will be difficult for you to have a complete marketing initiative, because at the end of the day, you need to sell something. You cannot sell a brand name if a product is not attached to that brand. So product decisions should be informed by market research, where customers' needs are assessed and the feedback is used to modify existing products or develop new products. I know you guys in your teens, in your youths, some of you might be involved in photography, like Tankiso said that he's into photography. Some of you might be involved in music production, but whatever that you do and you want to make a living out of it. So whatever that you do and want to generate income out of it, you need to look at the needs and the wants of a given population. Otherwise, if customers do not like the product, it's tricky to sell that product. So you need to do market research. You need to know the customer's needs and wants. And that will also give you the motivation to modify existing products or develop new products. For example, if you've got an existing product and you realize that it's not really resonating with customers' needs, you can always modify that product. We see here and there products are being modified on a daily basis. Think about smartphones. At first, we had phones that had a physical keypad, whereby you could type on those hard surfaces. It wasn't touch screen. And with time, You know, phones are being modified. You've got selfies. You've got many features on that phone that were not there before. And all these are based on market research and what consumers want. So, Luyanda, did you at any point have a phone that has got a physical keypad?
Yes, the ones that you press like 3 times to get the letter C. And
Yes.
yes.
Okay. Then with time, we also had the Blackberries, whereby the keypad was also with buttons, but it did not have letters.
Yeah.
Like numbers only. Okay. So to see as needs growth for customers, like the need, even with cameras. At first, we had phones that had cameras at the back. To an extent that whenever customers are taking selfies, you need to tilt the phone.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember?
Yes, sir.
Like the phone faces that other side in order for you to take a picture, a selfie. And sometimes you could miss your face, if you get what I mean, because now you can't see.
Yeah.
Then as a result of that, most phone manufacturers started having front cameras for a selfie.
Yes.
And I'm sure there are so many features that they are looking at in terms of product development and market research that will be coming up here and there, you know, to modify the product. Think about the use of a fingerprint as a
And
security
face
measure.
IDs.
Mhm.
And they also use face IDs now.
Yes, face recognition, correct. Nowadays, they also use face recognition. So those are the product modifications that are happening out there. And we also have new products that are developed. It's not only in phones or smartphones, but even if you think about cars, you think about clothing, fashion, you think about all these things, even meal, you know, food. Long ago, when you were cooking samp, I don't know if you know samp.
Yes, sure.
Or beans, it could take 2-3 hours to boil them. But nowadays, you can come across a samp that says boil for 30 minutes only.
Yeah, I know that now.
You see? Then I understand that with load shedding nowadays, you are going to come across many foods that are being produced to tailor the load shedding schedules, that instead of cooking for 50 minutes or something like that, you can beat load shedding the same way we prepare noodles for 2 minutes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So with market research, you can always know what people want. With market research, you can also always know what people don't want. Think about female condoms. How many times have you seen them on shelf?
I don't know.
Do you even know how a female condom look like?
No.
You see. So those are the things that have failed in market, and you rarely find them because consumers don't like them. So if you look at the product element of the marketing mix, you would know what is it that consumers want, and if they want it, you can maintain the tempo, or you can modify that product, or you can come across, you can come up with a new product. So there are many alternatives for varying the product in the online context. When a company is developing its digital strategy, product decisions can be divided into decisions affecting the core product and the extended product. So to realize that on that product, especially digital products, you can always consider the factors on how that product is delivered, how that product is maintained. So this key element for product can also work well with the P element for process. So core products will be those that are the main products purchased by the consumer to fulfill their needs. Would look at DSTV, for example. The core products for DSTV will be the channels, the subscriptions that you get from DSTV, be it the compact or family access and so forth. Those are the core products for DSTV that you can get digitally. Then the extended or augmented product will be the additional services and benefits that are built around the core product. So now, since you can have the core product in form of a subscription type for DSTV, you can get additional services. For example, instead of only accessing the subscription on your television set, you can live stream the same package on your phone. So that will be an extended or augmented product. You are still getting the core service, but now you are paying an extra amount for an extended product service. So these are the elements that you look at when examining the product in the marketing mix.
Yes. So.
Were you saying something?
No, I was agreeing with what you're saying.
Oh, okay. Then we've got options for varying the core. This can help, especially if you've got a brand that you are managing online. You can always categorize the products that you have, that these are my core products. So I'm going to get main revenue from these products. Then on the other hand, these are the extended or alternative products that I can get extra income from them. Options for varying the core product. For some brands, there are many options for new digital products that would typically be information products that can be delivered over the web. So you can think about the software licensing and all the product information related that you would get on digital platforms. So there are so many questions that you need to consider when varying the options for different products. So you need to ask yourself this. Can I address the needs of new customer segments by repackaging my current information assets or by creating new business proposition using the internet? I always think about this. When I look at e-business. So those sites that deliver something online only. The software, you can have a trial version, you can have a normal version, and you can have what they call a pro version. I don't know if you've come across products that are categorized that way.
Pardon, sir?
Have you ever come across products, especially software or applications, whereby you get a trial version that will be for free?
Like
then you've got a normal version and you've got what they call a pro.
Yes.
Like maybe
that's like
it's
Quiltbot, if I'm not mistaken.
Pardon?
Do you know Quiltbot? That software where it paraphrases and.
Oh yes, I've seen it. I
Yes.
think it's attached on Microsoft Word, if not mistaken.
Yeah, it does the same It has those premium
Mm.
style. Yeah.
Okay, which is very interesting because so the subscription that you get attached to that product, its features will be limited to the amount that you are paying.
Yes.
So if you want something that has got many features, means that you need to also have an increased subscription. So that's one of the questions that you can ask yourself. And I know even with these uh, editing softwares that we have on our phones, they want to edit pictures, they can give you basic functions for free. But the moment you want more features or more functions, you have to pay for it. Then the other question that you need to ask is that will my current business be significantly harmed by other companies providing some of the value that I currently offer? This one is very tricky because it happens, you are looking for something, maybe you are looking for a picture collage where you can combine pictures together, and this other company has got a very good software, but it is paid for and you are broke. You can always look for an application that is for free. So as a brand, you need to ask yourself that if I'm going to make this thing free, or if I'm going to charge for this thing and other companies are offering for free, how am I going to make money out of it? This is trick for many digital businesses because there are so many free stuff that are happening out there. So realize that companies who offer free services or free products for limited features. Once you want to unlock more plugins, then you have to pay. The other question that you can ask yourself for varying the core product is that, can I offer additional information or transaction service to my existing customer base? So this will be maybe a manual. You buy a microwave online, and if you do not know how to operate that microwave, you need to buy additional information about that microwave. And some can see it as a bit crazy, but some brands are already doing that. So you are actually paying to learn about the product that you want. So if you buy makeup online, you get makeup and you do not know how to apply that makeup on your face, you have to pay for additional services. Then that subscription will give you paid for videos on how you can apply that makeup. Then the other one that you can ask yourself as a brand when varying the core product is that, can I use my ability to attract customers to generate new sources of revenue, such as advertising or sales of complementary products? As we discussed this before, your digital asset, such as a website, your digital assets such as your Facebook page, instead of being used for selling only, you can also use it for marketing services. So you need to ask yourself if that platform can be able to attract more customers, generate traffic, and generate money as a result. I know many companies are asking themselves if they can be able to come up with a payment gateway on social media platforms. So if you are looking for a cloth or for a dress on Instagram, there's this company that is selling dresses. Now it asks itself, I've already attracted someone on Instagram who wants a new dress. How can these people directly pay on Instagram without leaving that page and going to the main website? So these are the interesting features that are being developed by many digital brands. as an option for varying their core product. Are there any questions so far, Luyanda?
No, sir.
All right. We continue with the options for offering digital products. You know, so many companies right now, they are doing what we call digital migration. So you see there's a newspaper, be it called Sunday Times, that instead of continuing selling their physical newspapers that they used to sell, the hard copies, now they are selling what they would call a digital newspaper. Or now they will be selling what they would call a digital magazine. Think about TV, radio, Radio 702 having their own digital radio on websites and so forth. So publishers, TV companies, media owners, and other companies that can offer digital products such as published content, music, or videos now have greater flexibility to offer a range of product purchase options at different price options, including subscription. So if you want to read a magazine, or if you want to read a newspaper or a book, you can always be able to read as many editions of that publications as possible through a subscription. And that subscription can be paid monthly, can be paid or every week, or can be paid daily, can be paid annually, and so forth. That would be the first option. The second option, payment pricing option, would be pay per view. So here you are only paying for something that you'd like to view, something that DSTV is hesitating to adopt because they know that they are going to lose a lot of money. So think about it. If you have got load shedding 12 hours a day, it means that you are spending very few time watching DSTV because all this time there won't be any electricity. So why can I not just pay for the content that I'm viewing only? So if I'm going to watch Generations, or if I'm going to watch Imbeu or Mojalav, whatever it is, why can't I just pay for that?
So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say you only pay for like the content that you watch, is it like you pay for each video? I mean, for each like series or movie, or what?
Yeah, so that will depend. If it's series, it means that you are going to pay for the entire season. And if that season has got a number of episodes, you do that, or even pay per channel. So it will depend with the organization. Either you are paying per channel, so meaning that if you are going to watch channel 101, the view that you are going to only have is will be on that channel. Or if you are going to watch a certain series, the views will be on that series. Or if you're going to watch a certain program, maybe it's prime time news, for example, you need to pay for what you have viewed.
Okay, I understand.
And as you can see, as much as the emphasis is on the product here, the emphasis can also be on the second P, which is pricing. You realize that these P's are interlinked, as I mentioned in class last week. Pricing could work with a product because the value and the type of a product also determines how much that product would cost. So pay-per-view, you are actually paying for something that you have viewed, be it a single channel, be it multiple channels, and so forth. Then you can also have what we call bundling. Here, bundling, you have got different components that comes together as one. The same way KFC or McDonald's would do it. So they bundle different products into a meal. So if you want to get lunchbox All-Star at KFC, for this certain amount, for 60 Rand, we are going to give you a burger, chips, and soft drink. Or maybe plus 2 pieces of chicken. So that's bundling. They've packaged different products into a single bundle. So realize that if you are to buy, or if you want your streetwise two with pap, if you buy pap separately, or you buy 2 pieces of chicken separately, and you buy chips, hot chips separately, and you buy soft drink separately, it is going to cost more than just having a bundle. So most restaurants do that. They price different products into one bundle. DSTV also does that. They group certain channels together and it becomes a package. So if you want more, you need to get a bigger bundle. If you want less, based on what you can afford, you also need to get a lesser bundle. So we can always bring different products together and price them as one component. That's what bundling is all about. Bringing 2 pieces of chicken, a bottle of drink, and it doesn't have to be many drinks. Just you can have a benchmark saying that this will only include a can or a 500 milliliters bottle. So if someone wants to buy 1 liter, then it means that they need to consider another bundle. So that's bundling. Then, of course, you can also use pricing based on ad-supported content. This one is always annoying, but most users, they prefer it than any other pricing methods because ad-supported content does not involve money. Subscription, you have to pay, it involves money. Pay-per-view, you have to pay, it involves money. Bundling, you have to pay, it involves money. Ad-supported content means that if there is a product that you want to get, you need to watch some sponsored content first. I think there are mobile applications that I've used 1 or twice, especially games, that if I want to proceed to a new level, I need to watch 30 seconds of an advert. Have you come across that?
Yes, I have.
Or even on YouTube, if there's paid for content there, they'll literally put an advert, and if you don't view that ad-supported content, you're not going to get what you want.
Really?
Yes. Most mobile applications are like that. So if you want to edit a picture using a picture editing application on your phone, you need to watch 3 ad-supported content. If you don't watch them, you are not going to edit the picture. So now it's very tricky because even if you want to leave that screen, sometimes you can leave it so that it plays, and you go to another screen and start doing something else. It won't count because it wants you to stay on that screen until the ad-supported content has been interacted with. So those are the options for offering digital content because these companies saw here, instead of you paying for the product, the companies that provided the content for that ad-supported content is paying on your behalf. Because remember, brands get paid for having advertisers on their digital assets. So the fact that they've placed that content on their site or on their mobile application, they paid, Now it's your job for you who is broke to watch that content. So it means that the company has paid on your behalf. Options for changing the extended product. So Chaffee and Smith suggest examples of how the digital can be used to vary extended products. So you can use the internet for endorsements, for awards, for testimonials. We've seen testimonials several times. When you go to a website, you see a list of testimonies from other customers saying that this have worked. Testimonials can also be in form of reviews or even ratings. I know that most of the products that we get online, we look at ratings first. Isn't that so?
Yes, so especially with like clothing apps to see the reviews and ratings.
True. So no matter how good that product is, no matter how appealing that product is, if it has got 1 star, chances are 100% that you are not going to get it. But if it has got 5 stars, you'll be like, wow, I'm making a right choice here. Then others will also look at customer lists. So even if it doesn't have ratings, you'd actually see how many customers have bought it before. So you don't want to be the first to try it. So if there are 0 customers, you're not going to get it because you don't want to risk it. Customer feedback, warranties, guarantees. We spoke about warranties and guarantees in class, if I remember. Money back offers, customer service, incorporating tools to help users during their selection and use of products. You know, there are so many options that you can use. Remember, these are the few that were selected by Smith and Chaffee in 2012. There are so many that you can use, that you can consider nowadays when changing the extended product. Sometimes you also can consider the shipping, right?
Yes.
So if it has got more amount or more days for shipping, you might never get it. I always see people when they're buying something on Takealot, like you've got something that is very cheap on Takealot, which goes for 60 Rand as a product. But Takealot says that if it's to be delivered, you need to pay 60 Rand. Because 60 Rand is for everything that you buy if your basket is less than a certain amount. So imagine buying something for 50 Rand, then it gets shipped for 60 Rand. It means that you are buying it double. So most customers wouldn't consider that product. They would rather go to the shops, look for something for the same product with the same value. Then they've saved 60 Rand for shipping fee. Are there any questions about product as a P, as one of the 7 Ps of the marketing mix?
No.
Okay, does it make sense though? Is it sinking in, or it seems to be difficult and a bit complicated?
No, it's sinking into.
Okay, I'm very glad if you can understand and if it is straightforward.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Okay, Luyanda, can we
Yes.
quickly have a break? Then we'll move on to lesson 65.
All right. How long?